It's Wednesday, it's time for the Word of the Week, and this week's Word of the Week is paluteles, expensive, costly, or highly valued. It comes from paulus, much, and telos, an end or a purpose, and so something that has much purpose or much end, much utility is valued, valuable, costly, expensive. So let's jump right in Mark chapter 14, verse 3. This is from the ESV with the Koine supplied. And while he was at Bethany, he being Jesus, in the house of Simon the leper, as he was reclining at table, a woman came with an alabaster flask of ointment of pure nard, very costly, palutelus, and she broke the flask and poured it over his head. So this is the famous anointing of Jesus as he's approaching the end of his earthly ministry, and the woman comes and, as Jesus himself later says, is preparing him for his impending death and burial. And she comes with a very costly ointment. And this ointment is described, if you look just below the verse, as being muru nardu pistikes. And so these are three words in the genitive case and are being used sort of as adjectives to describe the makeup of the ointment. So what are they? Well, muru, myrrh, nardu, nard, and pistikes, pistachio. So what makes up this ointment that's so precious and costly? It is myrrh, nard, and pistachio. So it's probably like a pistachio butter base, an oily base that's perfumed with myrrh and nard, and we're told that it's very costly. So let's move on and take a look at another one in 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 9. Paul writing to Timothy about proper behavior within the churches, Timothy being the bishop of Ephesus. And so here it says, likewise also that women should adorn themselves in respectable apparel with modesty and self-control, not with braided hair and gold or pearls or costly attire. And costly attire here is hematismo polutele. So hematismo, garments, attire, clothing, and polutele, our word of the week, costly or expensive. So the way to adorn yourself, the way to make yourself appealing and attractive is with respectable apparel and modesty and self-control. It's not about fancy jewelry and fancy hairdos and expensive clothing. So garments and attire that are costly or expensive is a form of showing off, Paul tells Timothy to pass on to the church. Peter wrote on the subject as well, but he treated it sort of in an inverse fashion. Let's go to 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 4. But let your adorning be the hidden person of the heart with the imperishable beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which in God's sight is very precious, paluteles. Paul says, avoid adorning yourselves in costly garments. And Peter says, if you adorn your inner person with a gentle and quiet spirit, God will see great value in that. He'll see that's the costly, expensive, valuable thing. A quiet and peaceful inner self rather than a fancy and expensive outer getup. So, paluteles, our word of the week, from much and end or purpose, expensive, costly, highly valued. Hope that was interesting for you. If it was, please let somebody know by sharing the video, by sending a link, by reposting, that sort of thing. And until next time, Karis Kairini Humin, grace and peace to you.